And now I am warning about the far greater economic crisis, financial crisis, that is about to finally result from that much bigger bubble.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Scunny Man Rob, and I just laid down my daughter so she could take a quick nap. So I'm going to have to be a little quiet today. First on the list, we have a post from Cointelegraph saying vaccine passports could prove to be problematic for privacy advocates. Physical certificates can be forged and centralized data silos can be compromised. Is there a way to have a proof of vaccine while maintaining customer confidentiality? And you bet your butt there is, and it's already freaking out. It's called the E-HCert application, which is powered by Vechain. And what it does is it compiles all of your medical records so that when you need to look at them or show them to your doctor, they're at your disposal. So here's a post, and it's just a quick summary. COVID-19 has shown us that the digital age is a necessary element of the complete upgrade of health services in the near future. Idante has partnered with VeChain to transform Europe's healthcare systems in the digital age, utilizing public blockchain technology and creating a smart application that records and archives medical data with impenetrable protection, confidentiality, and validity. Through the application, the user ensures the complete control of his medical file, and whenever he wishes to present his medical examinations to the respective doctor who is watching him, he can help him in his valid diagnosis with a complete picture of his history. The E-HCert, or Electronic Health Certificate application, records the result of all laboratory tests of patients, including the COVID-19 test, the RT-PCR, their antibody test, and their coronavirus vaccine. Now, I would imagine it wouldn't be limited to COVID like tests and stuff like that, but it would give you like all types of things like your blood tests, regular doctor visits, the results from regular doctor visits, all type of stuff. From June when the E-HCert application first started operating until August 2020, more than 8,000 people received their results for COVID-19 RT-PCR through the E-HCert application, where they used it on arrival at Larnaca Airport. And I'm sorry if I'm butchering this. I don't know how this Larnaca. From January 2020, the E-HCert, or Electronic Health Certificate application, announces its latest version, Digital Lab Test Wallet, which offers a set of services aimed at secure archiving and storage of all medical laboratory tests of the patients, always keeping in protection of his personal data. So, say you had some, stuff that you didn't want getting out about your medical records and stuff like that, which many people do. You don't have to worry about your data not being protected. It's all protected under blockchain, which is actually way harder to hack. And I actually had this post from PR Newswire piggybacking on what I was just talking about and talking about the hospitals in Europe, Cyprus, actually, yeah, in Cyprus. And they were talking about how there's more hospitals jumping onto VeChain, and they're going to start tracking their goods and stuff like that. And they're going to start tracking who's getting. They're going to actually start tracking their employees and who's getting their vaccines. So let's read this. VeChain enables the E-HCert app to go beyond COVID-19 records and onboards another hospital in Cyprus. Nicosia, Cyprus, December 3rd, 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic showed the world the value of digital technologies and demonstrated their increasingly vital role in healthcare. During 2020, VeChain alongside Idante collaborated to work on a blockchain-enabled medical solution, co-developing the E-HCert app, an archival solution for COVID-19 RT-PCR and antibody test records. The solution was implemented at the Mediterranean Hospital of Cyprus, and between June to August recorded the test results of more than 8,000 people who subsequently used them as part of their flight arrival process at the international airport of Larnaca. So you already see that it's actually being used, and that's great, and that's absolutely crazy, because all that makes me wonder is like what other companies and what other hospitals are going to start, jumping on this E-HCert app, and which one of them is going to try to start, tracking their COVID patients. And I'm really excited, and I really am wondering if this is going to come to America, and if it does, when is it going to come? So to end this video, I want to show you guys a quick clip of Don Tapscott, and this was from Bloomberg Technology, I'm pretty sure. And if you guys don't know who Don Tapscott is, he's the co-founder and chairman of the Blockchain Research Institute, and he's also a CEO of the Tapscott Group. Oh my goodness. And they're basically a think tank for innovative technology advancements. And in this video, it's kind of old, but he explains what's going to happen and what's going on right now with supply chains. And it's just something very interesting. So just take a listen to this.
Donald, blockchain, of course, shifts some of the trust from people and institutions to technology. But then you get hacked when it comes to Bitcoin exchanges, Bitcoin wallets. So how do you bridge that gap and address the fact that not everything can be solved by technology alone?
Well, I think few things can be solved by technology alone. It's humans that solve these problems. You think about Quadriga and the fiasco there, where
Right.
people lost $250 million. But the problem wasn't the technology. The problem, because blockchains are much harder to hack than the traditional systems that we have today in our banks and governments and other institutions. The problem was bad governance. You had a centralized model where one person had control, and that just doesn't, that kind of thing doesn't happen. But if you look more broadly, what's happening in the economy is quite extraordinary. The $50 trillion supply chain industry is moving to blockchain. At this event next week, Richard Smith, who's the CEO of FedEx Logistics, will be discussing how FedEx is going to rebuild its whole logistics business on this technology. And that's one of 15 different industries where really big things are happening.
So we have
And like you heard it right there from the horse's mouth, the $50 trillion supply chain market is moving to blockchain. And guys, I like to believe that when these big players say things, they're giving us hints, and you ought to listen and take notes because it's rare that they'll ever talk about it again. I'm Scunny Man Rob. Thank you guys for watching, and tell your friends and family that Vechain is the golden goose.
For the old me, I was getting back to them. They was trying to hold me back to the old me. It's time to pay up if you owe me.